Don't you have a word to show what may be done? Have you never heard a way to find the sun? Tell me all that you may know.
Morning. Exciting day today. The sun is out. It's going to be a warm day and we're off on a little adventure. We're going to get 2 buses and go to Grasmere, and then we're going to walk up some fells and camp out at a tarn. And I've heard that the tarn is a nice one for swimming in. A tarn is a name they use up here for a small lake, and we should be able to camp around there as well. So yeah, it's going to be great. Just so nice to have the sun out. And Henry's coming too. And he's coming quite voluntarily. I was going to do it solo, but somehow he's managed to pack our rucksacks up, so we're not carrying loads of stuff on the outside. So either something's not gone in or he's much better at packing than me, and I suspect it's the latter.
Is the food in?
Yes.
The next stop is the Waterhead Inn.
Well, we've arrived in Grasmere and it's bigger than we thought, very popular. Having just come through Windermere, which is heaving because the school holidays have started. This is lovely, very chintzy but nice, full of tea shops and things. And we've just managed to buy ourselves a cream tea each to take with us, which is probably foolish but irresistible. We've just got to go and check out Cotswold Outdoor. Well, we start off with an absolutely chocolate box vision of a cottage. Some big old crags up there. And we're just going to follow this road for a while. Just open the gate. You're such a ham.
Oh, it's
Just thinking about all the stuff I've forgotten, which always happens. I haven't got my antihistamine or my hairbrush. So by tomorrow morning I'm going to be a snivelling wreck of the Hesperus. But that's what hats are for. You can see why the lakes are so popular for walking. Every step you take is just something else to see. It's just pretty. Water, stone, babbling brooks. First break in the shade. We've actually started out quite early really, because the premise of our camping is to pitch late and leave early, and it's only really early afternoon now, so we're taking our time, which is good because our packs are heavy, what with cream teas and everything. And it's hot. And we're so unused to a bit of heat at the moment, it's taken us a while to get used to it. Henry's disrobing, and I've only got the clothes that I'm wearing, so I can't really disrobe unless it's very, very quiet and I can walk in my underwear, which I probably won't do. No, definitely won't do that. But it is lovely up here, so it's nice to keep stopping and just taking in the views. Look at that. It's quite a scramble, isn't it?
Yeah. In places, and with all the weird weight on your back as well.
Another rest stop. We're at a place called Sour Milk Gill. Very strange name. There's obviously a story behind that. Oh, and we're almost at the top of this little bit, and then we start going down again. I can't really film on the way up. It's so steep. I have to really watch my footsteps. Oh, the sound of that is so refreshing. And we've arrived at the first tarn. This is Easedale tarn, and I guess it's where most people come. And we're going to move on to a smaller one where there'll be less people.
We just met a man who was hiking in the Pennines when he met someone, and they said to him, "What cheese would you use to disguise a horse?" And the answer is mascarpone.
And he was told to pass it on, so we're passing that on to you.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a crap joke. We've encountered some very boggy land. In fact, we took a slightly wrong turning and had to run across it because we were sinking. Luckily there's stepping stones here, and I think that the tarn we're aiming for is hidden in there somewhere. There's plenty of water over there, so there should be a tarn somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to go across this quickly before the muzzies get me. Whoop. Well, I've left Henry with the packs and I've scrambled up some rocks, but it's very steep. There's no obvious path and my boots are slipping on the wet rock. So I'm going to, I don't think this can be the way, although it looks like it on the OS, but it's not safe. So I'm going to try and make my way back down really slowly and see if we can find another way round. Okay, well we're stopping to get rid of some of the weight and some of the cream tea. And we met a man who was coming up this way, and he's going to try and walk up the waterfall over there and make his way around. And we think that there's probably another way around to Codale tarn, and neither of these ways are the ways, even though it says so on the map. But he's struggling over there, so we'll wait to see if he comes back. Well, we ended up sharing our cream tea with a really lovely girl called Nadia, junior doctor, who had came over the rocks from the other tarn, but she agreed that it wasn't going to be very possible for us to clamber up those rocks with our packs. And she said it's actually very boggy around that tarn, but she gave us a top tip about where we could camp on the other side of the tarn that we passed earlier. So we're making our way now to the base of that tarn, where we have to cross a river and go up onto a promontory. So if we can find all that, we should then be able to find a flat, dry spot to pitch up. It's amazing who you meet out in the mountains. Well, we found the river we have to cross. Looks easy enough. And there's a path on the other side. It's always an encouraging sign. Well, I don't suppose we'll ever see Nadia again, but thanks to her, we have found the perfect spot. Look at that. It's flat, it's not boggy. We'll have the sun in the morning. We've got the tarn just there for water. And a swim, maybe a swim. And we won't be disturbed, we're off the path. Most people go over to that side. And we're quite tucked away here. Actually, other people have been here anyway. But perfect. And relax. And hopefully There'll be nothing like the cows we had last time here. Henry can deal with sheep, not with cows. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's lovely. Not very deep. Oh. It's stewed burgers. Well, with dinner all done and still a couple of hours of daylight, I was trying to find a way up there because I'm determined to see where that tarn is that we couldn't get to. I've seen people walking along the top, but when I try to find my way up from where we're camped, the flat ground at the bottom is really boggy and I can't quite find a way up. There's a bit of scree as well here and there, and I don't want to cause any problems. There's no phone signal here, so and I've actually just come down again and realised that Henry's over there. Right over there. So I've come too far around. So it looks like I should be able to find my way up around there. But the ground down here is so boggy that my feet are sinking right into it. So it's frustrating, so near and yet so far. Well, I've had another go and I've come round another way. Look at that. But I'm back on very squelchy ground again. And I'm going further around to the side. And I am a bit worried about it all looking a bit the same and not finding my way back to the tent. So I think I'm going to give up my quest for tonight and go back and just enjoy being where we are. Curiosity doesn't need to kill the cat in this instance. Well, Henry had a little lie down in the tent and realised that we're sliding head first. Not very much, but you can feel it when you're in there. And as sleep isn't a given when you're wild camping anyway, we're going to try and spin the tent with everything in it so that our heads don't feel like they're going downhill. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's better. Yeah, better than before. Doesn't feel like your head's going to be passing from your shoulders.
Oh, good. Happy now then?
Oh yeah. Just now test it lying down.
No, because if you lie down you'll be asleep in 2 minutes and it's only 9:30.
That's much better.
Well, that's us done. It's gone 10 o'clock, so we can officially go to bed now. We're as snug as bugs in rugs in here. Not much choice, really. It's a very small tent. So, see you in the morning. Good morning. We've woken up this morning to a chap with some collies herding all the sheep. There's loads of sheep up there all working their way down the hill. We were wondering if the sheep were free range last night, and they obviously are, but they're all looked after. His shouts echo all around this basin, so the dogs can hear him really well. There's quite a lot of condensation in the tent this morning, a warm night and two of us, so we're just letting that dry out a little bit while we have our morning cup of tea and pack up. Picking up little bits of rubbish that I can find around and about, cigarette butts, which people seem to think isn't rubbish, so they can all come out with us. The tarn is looking nice this morning. It looks cold, but actually the water is really warm, so I'm contemplating a quick dip before we go. Oh, well, unexpected rain. Well, when I say unexpected, this summer it's not. It wasn't forecast, so we're hightailing it off. I've brought no wet weather gear with me because I seem to have forgotten half the stuff this time. Henry's all kitted up and we're off down there. Perched right up on top of that hill is a tiny stick figure of a man yelling very loudly, trying to get the straight sheep in. Unfortunately, we've just seen there's one that hasn't made it down there, but it looks like it's been there for quite a while. These sheep must be worth about £250 each to a farmer, so you don't really want to lose any. You can see how quickly the weather changes in the hills. That over there is where we were this morning, and the mist is rolling right down there now. But the sun is still trying to make an appearance. This is extreme sheep herding with a bit of technology, but mainly dogs.
Actually, they're all sheep, aren't they?
Oh yeah, that
Two black sheep
we
with
thought the
white
two
heads.
black ones were dogs, but they're actually sheep as well. The dogs with the quad. And before we know it, we're back down into the valley, and we've just been admiring this beautiful little bridge we came over yesterday. It's so well constructed, and we realised it's actually very recent. It's called New Bridge because it was built in 1997 in memoriam to Wilson and Kate Taylor. What a lovely thing to be remembered by. Beautiful bit of craftsmanship. Proper stone arch there. I got a nasty horsefly bite yesterday, which is swollen and red today, but there's lots of self-heal growing, so I've chewed some up and stuck it on there to see if it helps. You never know. It's a nice frame, isn't it, for the notice? Ah, William Wordsworth and his sister Dorothy walked here.
Later, Wordsworth's new wife, Mary. Thomas de Quincey, journalist and writer, was a permanent guest at Dove Cottage, and in 1808 the family outgrew Dove Cottage and moved to Allen Bank.
That's it, we're back at the boat. A little dishevelled. You've got
Well, you are.
I'm going off to have a shower. Henry's going to get some food. Better than last time, eh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, difficult to tell really, different circumstances.
Yeah, but did you prefer it to last time?
Yeah, it was a bit easier, wasn't it, this time?
No
No
cows.
killer cows there.
So, anyway, that's us done. See you on the next video. God knows where we'll have been by then. Have a good week. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.
Show me what you have shown. Won't you come and say if you know